Hey, what's going on, fellas? Welcome back to the channel. How we doing? We all good? Look, won't beat around the bush. Not too great today, was it? Very, very rough day for the tennis. A strange day, to be honest with you. Some very weird results. Go through them dead quick. Casper Ruud won. Talon Griekspoor versus Dusan Lajovic. Look, I said lean Griekspoor, but he retired anyway, so you'd have got your money back on that one anyway, so it doesn't matter. Christopher Eubanks beat Jan Hanfman. That went 3 sets. Like, look, the odds were extremely close. I thought Hampman would have won it, but he didn't. Never mind. Martin Fuskovics, I said take him to win a set. He ended up winning the game. So if you took him to win outright, fucking good on you, mate. Well done. Lorenzo Massetti versus fucking. What happened there? I literally just said, like, not how crap Sue was. I didn't say he was crap, but I didn't say he was great either. Let's be honest. I thought Massetti would have just been way too much, even not on his best day. Clearly not. Missed the mark there. My bad. The one for me that stood out though, and someone actually dropped in the comments. I can't remember his name. I think his name was Nick. So you know, if you're watching, you know exactly who that. Said he gladly missed out on Massetti and Holger Rune, and I thought, you know what? Well played, mates. I wish I'd have done the same. Holger Rune today. Oh my god. I don't want to talk about it too much. In fact, I could do an entire video on Holger Rune at the moment. I actually might do, but he got badly bullied today by Brandon Nakashima out of all players. And I'm not shitting on him, but yeah, it looks like Holger Rune's done for the foreseeable future, boys, doesn't it? I mean, we can't be putting money on him again, can we? We just can't. I'm not going to be putting money on him again this year. I don't think so. And whenever a game pops up with Holger Rune in, I need you to remind me constantly that we don't bet Holger Rune anymore. So that's all I ask of you. Next one we got right there, Hubert Hurkacz versus Tanasi Kokkinakis. Hurkacz beat him in two. Thought he would. I thought he would. Thought it may have went a little bit longer, but doesn't really matter. Hurkacz got it done. And the last game was, I'm not going to say just as surprising as the Holger Rune one, but well, maybe equally as surprising. Roman Safulin versus Alexander Zverev. What the fuck happened to Zverev there? Like, what on earth happened to Zverev? Like 6-3, 6-1, he got fucking battered. Absolutely battered. Like, that was, well, not as bad as the Holger Rune game, but for Zverev's standard, especially the way he's been playing at the moment, I'd say it probably is just as bad as the Holger Rune loss. But anyway, that's enough of that shite anyway, boys. I'm depressing myself now. We move on. That's fucking nothing. The day we had yesterday was an absolute blinder, so we're allowed to have days like that. It is what it is. Don't fucking worry about it. Tomorrow's going to be amazing. I guarantee you. I guarantee you. Picked out another 8 games, 8 of the best, in my opinion. So, as always, before I get into it, like, subscribe if you want to. You don't have to, but you all know by now I really, really appreciate it if you do. But yeah, without further ado, let's just get right into it. First one I've got for you, first game of the day actually. JJ Wolf, Cameron Norrie. Spreads 2.5, total is 22.5. Good game. Really good game. Look, Norrie hasn't been as his best, been at his best the past few months, has he? These courts should suit. Well, I say they should. These courts suit JJ Wolf a lot more than others. You know, he's got a bit of an aggressive style. He's quite attacking. He could cause a bit of trouble for Cameron Norrie. He definitely could. But what I will say about Norrie, he's very reliable. He's a very reliable tennis player. And sadly, I can't say the same for JJ Wolf. As a matter of fact, he's the exact opposite, in my opinion. He's very unreliable. I know I said he's very aggressive, very attacking, but that's not always a good thing. I've watched this guy beat himself quite a lot. This guy has got double fault written all over him. And look, I'm not saying it's impossible for him to win. He could win this game, but in order to do so, you've got to admit he's going to have to perform at a very, very high level, or if not, execute some of the best tennis that he's probably ever played. Maybe I'm thinking about it too much. I think Cameron Norrie wins this one. Maybe not as comfortably as he should, but possible three setter. I'd be looking at Cameron Norrie for this one, boys. Yeah, you'd have to. Anyway, moving on. I love this game. Second game. Jan Leonard Struff versus Matteo Arnaldi. Spread's 1.5. I like that number. Total's 23.5 though. Clearly, people are expecting a very close game. Yeah, it's a good match as well. They've only played once before. I think Struff won. It's 1-0 to Struff. Both have had very strong seasons. Career best seasons actually. I know Struff got injured. I'll get to that, but Matteo he's just been breaking through all year, hasn't he? I mean, there's no doubt this kid's going to be at the top. Maybe not number one, but this kid's definitely going to be a top player in the future. No doubt in my mind. Struff got injured in the grass season, didn't he? Struff got injured in the grass season, and let's just say he hasn't been himself since. I've seen some people say he's been nowhere near himself since he got injured. So, with that in mind, and partner it up with the fact that Matteo Arnaldi's been playing brilliant as of late, why this is only 1.5, why this is so close, I don't really know. If I was chalking lines for this, I would have put it a little bit higher in favour of Arnaldi for this one, but it doesn't really matter because I love this number, and for that price, you've got to take him outright. Even the 1.5, I can't see him flapping a set like 6-2, 6. I can't. He's definitely not going to get bageled, is he? I think Arnaldi wins this one outright, and you wouldn't be silly to take him -1.5 either. Done and dusted. Game number 3. Now, this is going to be very quick. You're probably thinking, fucking hell, mate, why have you picked this? But there is definitely value in this one somewhere. Christian Garin versus Daniel Medvedev. Spread's 5.5. I think it's going to end up at 6.5 in a couple of hours. So, if you're jumping on the number, I'd jump on it now. Total's 19.5. Oh, I think Christian Garin gets fucking smoked in this one. I know Medvedev's just, he had a long tournament. He got beat in the final, but Medvedev's a fucking hardcore genius, isn't he? We spoke about Christian Garin the other day. Not so great. Not really impressed with him. You've got to be looking at Medvedev to win this one in 2. And if he is winning it in 2, does he get more than one break of serve in each set? You'd like to think so. I'd probably say so. I think the value play here is under the 19.5. Reverting back again, I can see him breaking Christian Garin more than once in the set. 6-4, 6-4, then it goes over by half. I could only look under. I think that's the value in this play, I really do. Under 19.5, it's not an official, but that's the way I'd be looking. Next game, game number 4. Ah, love this. I love this guy. Grigor Dimitrov versus Alexander Vukic. Spreads 3.5, 4.5. I've seen it some places. Same with the total, 21.5 or 22.5. Look, I said it the other day. I'll say it again. I think this will be the third time I've said it. The channel's only a week old, but if you don't know by now, I'll tell you again. I love Grigor Dimitrov. He's one of my top 5 favourite players on the tour. He has been for a while. He's been so good this year. He hasn't won a title, but fuck me, man, he's been so consistent. And the one thing I will say is, in opening rounds this year, Dimitrov is 16-2. Dirty numbers. They're dirty numbers. Them. You don't even have to think about this one. Dimitrov wins this all day. Might even take a minus 3.5 too. I'm not even lying. Couldn't talk it off of it. I think this is a comfortable win for Dimitrov. I can't see no other way. Yeah. Let me know what you think on that one. If you think I've missed the mark on that, let me know in the comments. But I'd be so fucking shocked if Dimitrov didn't win this game. So shocked. Moving on. I've picked out some belter games for us here tonight, boys. Like, these are all great. Like, I can't wait to watch these. This one's Quinton Hallis versus Andrei Rublev. Spreads 3.5, 4.5. Totals 22.5. Now, is it just me, or did a lot of people really, really want to see Karatsev play Rublev in round two? I think I did as well, but let me tell you this: this is just as good. This matchup is just as good as that one would have been. I really rate Quinton Hallis. This guy's ceiling is fucking up here when he's on his day. He's had a bit of a rough one since Wimbledon. He has. Bit of a rough patch. With that being said, he'll definitely be looking to get back on, into winning ways and whatnot, get back into form. Andrei Rublev's overall game is lovely in it. It's so solid. He's just a really well-rounded tennis player, man, and you can't afford to have any dips against him. You cannot afford to dip against this guy. He beats himself most of the time. We've all seen Rublev. I've spoke about it before. He gets in his own head and he starts doing that thing he does. He starts screaming. He starts obliterating fucking rackets, and I don't think that happens in this game. If there's one thing you can say about Rublev, ignore everything I've already said. You're not going to get rich betting against Andrei Rublev in the opening round of his tournaments. Let's face it. This could be a three-setter. Do you fancy Hallis to win a set? I don't know. If you can get him at 4.5, do you fancy that a little bit more? I'd possibly, a 6-4, a 6-4. That's a very possible outcome in this one. I'm not so sure. If I'm taking an outright win, I'm taking Andrei Rublev. I'm not going against what I've just said. Andrei Rublev in the first round here. I can't see him just getting sent home straight away, especially by Quinton Hallis. Got to be Andrei Rublev outright. Couldn't talk anyone off Hallis plus 4.5, though. I really couldn't. I think that's jumping out at me. That's really jumping off the page, and I don't know why. The more I'm sitting and looking at it, I'm sort of convinced. No, I'm talking myself out of it. No, Andrei Rublev wins this one, boys. He does. If you want to go for Hallis plus 4.5, be my Christopher Guest, but I'm sticking with Rublev. Next game, Mikhail Kukushkin versus Dan Evans. Spreads 4.5, totals 21.5. Ah, what a guy. What a fucking guy. If you know what you'll know what I'm gonna say. Like, Kukushkin's fucking still got it, hasn't he? Kukushkin's still got it. If you took him with me the other day, well done. We fucking crushed that one. You know, like a couple of these now, we spoke about them earlier on through the week. Something I will add to Kukushkin is, he did miss Wimbledon in the French Open, but the way he's playing, he looks like he wants to get at least try and get back into the whole, Grand Slam qualifying range. He's had a few good runs. Definitely can cause problems for most people on tour level. Dan Evans is good though, man. Dan Evans is good, when he wants to be, but I'm expecting that maybe not straight away. Look, first set, I'm expecting a very tight first set, but eventually Dan Evans is going to figure out a response to Kukushkin. I can see it. I really can. I mean, one other thing I'll say about Dan Evans as well is that fucking slice. That's a naughty slice he's got, man. I mean, it's just fucking. Pew. It's beautiful, man. And he's got so much faith in it now. About a year or two ago, I'd bet on Dan Evans and I'd see him slicing the ball into the net all the time. And fuck me, man. So much stress. So much stress. But now I look at it and I see what he was going for. It's a work of art, honestly. If you've never clocked onto it, I've looked tomorrow, man. Dan Evans' slice is fucking quality. And I think with him having that in the locker, I don't really think Kukushkin's going to worry him too much. I love Kukushkin. The channel is only a week old, but I'm just going to say let's just make him a hero of the channel already, because that was a quality underdog pick. That was actually, I think, the first solid underdog pick we've won on this channel. So I'll always love Kukushkin for that. Do you take him plus 4.5? I want to. I really want to. But recency bias is one hell of a thing, boys. It really is. Like, look, what I mean by that, I know we took Kushkin the other day and it was well worth it. But at the same time, we took Dane Sweeney the other day and he crushed it. Same guy who commented also commented about Dane Sweeney versus Sebastian Baez, and I was like, I'm not too sure. Wouldn't have bet on Baez confidently at that price, and he was like, yeah, took Baez fucking once again, spot on, mate. And he absolutely bullied Dane Sweeney, didn't he? So I think that's going to be, we're going to get a slight case of that here today. I don't think Kukushkin beats Dan Evans, unfortunately, boys. Dan Evans wins this one outright, in my opinion. Yeah, yeah. Sad. Hate to do it, but it's got to be done. These things have to be done. Right, moving on. I've got two more. This one is Arthur Fee versus Alejandro Davidovich Fokina. Spread's 2.5. Total is 22.5. Now, these have already played each other, haven't they, twice this year? Both in the opening round of Grand Slams, too, funnily enough. Davidovich Fokina beat them both times. Not great games. Not the greatest of games. I'm not going to lie. Look, Arthur Fee seems to be improving, doesn't he? Like, he's only young. Arthur Fee's definitely improving. But with that being said, you know, 2-0 to Davidovich Fokina already this year. You could say Arthur Fee's gonna try and fucking get some revenge, but the reality of it is, boys, Davidovich Fokina is just the better player, isn't he? I think we can all agree on that. So why would we not take him to win outright at this price? Because I'll tell you now, that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. It's a very close line, and I get it. Look, this, I wouldn't be surprised to see 3 sets in this one, but I think Fokina gets it done. I really do. Give me Davidovich Fokina in this one, fellas. And finally, last but not least, this is a fucking banger, this one, boys. This is an absolute banger of a game. Francis Tiafoe versus Lorenzo Sonego. Could say I saved the best for last. Spread's 2.5. Total is 23.5. Now look, I think this is the best game of the day. Definitely up there. I think this is the best game of the day. Well, this is probably my favourite game that I've picked out, apart from the Matteo Arnaldi Struff game. This is the one I'm most looking forward to seeing what happens in it. Head to head's 2-1 to Sonego. I like Sonego. He's a really good tennis player, you know. He's just beat Sekulic. Was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday he beat him. What did that end up? I remember he made light work from anyway. 6-3, 6-2 it was. So he's in a rhythm, you know, that's a game in the bank. Tiafoe's obviously going to fancy himself in this game. Like, these courts suit his game. Got a massive serve on him. But I'm interested to see how he's going to respond to just the overall energy of Sonego here. Like I said, he's already got a game in the bank. And like I said earlier, Sonego was up 2-1 the head to head. Now, this could easily just end up, you know, Tiafoe makes it 2-2 in the head to head, but it's a fact Sonego does have the advantage here. That could go either way, as in, you know, Tiafoe would be like, I need to get this one, like, this is huge, I'm going to fucking smoke him here. Or Sonego is going to have the exact same mentality as what I'm trying to say, I suppose. You know he's going to bring it. You know he's going to bring it. I think this one goes deep. I think this is a deep three-setter, boys. I really do. But I think the save of Tiafoe is going to be what gets him over the line. I think it sees him through. I really do. I mean, look, leave something in the comments if you've got anything on this game. If you think Tiafoe's going to win Sonego, if you want, just let me know what you think on the air. Like, just, I'm not too sure. I don't know if I'm reading this completely wrong. I do give the slight edge to Tiafoe. I know the bookies do, but Sonego could win this one. And we could get to tea time tomorrow when all these games are over, and I would look at it, and if Sonego had beaten Tiafoe, I'd go, yeah. You know, it's not impossible for him, is it? In fact, it's extremely possible. He's already beat him twice before. I'm not very confident with taking Francis Tiafoe, I'm not going to lie with you. But I would lean towards him. Like I said, really good game. I'd really, really like to know what your thoughts are on this one, fellas. But that's it, yeah, that's your lot. 8 of them, 8 of the best in my opinion. Some really good looks today, boys. Really good looks. Uh, can't do much worse than fucking today anyway, so let's be positive. It's Saturday tomorrow anyway, fellas. It's going to be a good day. Going to be a good day, and I'll tell you why. The bet I've picked out here is 5-1, plus 500. This could all be done and dusted by dinner time tomorrow. Well, you know, dinner time if you're in the UK, and you'd be a lot better off than you were right now. We're going to take Cameron Norrie, we're going to take Matteo Arnaldi, we're going to take Grigor Dimitrov, we're going to take Andrei Rublev, and we're going to take Alejandro Davidovich Fokina. 5-1, plus 500 for the Americans. Get that locked in, fellas. Like I said, it's Saturday. Go big or go fuck yourself. You know, this is going to win. I hope it wins. You know, let me know what you're going for. You don't have to follow what I'm going for. You just, you know, if there's any games that I haven't read out tonight that you think might be worth looking at, let me know. Anything like that, boys, just put it in the comments. I'll always reply to it. I'm just interested in talking sports. I just want to know. You know, there's always information that you haven't got. Someone else might have it. You could be the person. Get it in. Let's just all win some money. That's all I want. Let's all win some dough. Yeah, thanks for watching again. Really appreciate it, boys. I hope you all have a fucking cracking weekend. And if you are one of the unlucky few that has been roped into working this weekend, me fucking heart goes out to you. Get in, you know what I mean? Good on you, boys. Stay on the grind. Make sure you take some time for yourself, though. Yeah, thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Like and subscribe. Let's go win some fucking cash, boys. I'll see you tomorrow. Nice one.